Oh, all right. We are talking Wi-Fi, and check out this bad boy, man. This box is big. From Asus, the Zen Wi-Fi Pro XT12. Wow, that's a big box for a Wi-Fi system. It's a tri-band Wi-Fi system. Covers up to 6,000 square feet. It's got up to 11,000 Mbps in terms of its speed. 11,000. Think about that for a second. My plan at home is a 1 Gbps, right? And that's probably what most people's are, consumer side. 11,000 Mbps is a lot. It's a lot. Maybe if you're a business, you have that, or maybe if you work on the Star Trek Enterprise, you have that, but us common folk don't have this. Anyway, neither here nor there. It means it's future-proof. Tri-band, what does that mean? Gives you 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, 0.1, and 5 gigahertz, 0.2. That's right, so you get tri-band in this. You have a 2.5G ports in the back of this, so if you want to plug directly into devices, you can. You got a NAS drive, if you want to just plug this into your PC or whatever, you want to game and just want direct connection, you can do that as well. You have all those options there. This is a very interesting Wi-Fi system, and it's got all the bells and whistles, and it should for the price point, because this is not cheap. This is quite expensive. Because some Wi-Fi systems are really inexpensive, this is on the top end premium end from Asus, but it delivers. Beautifully designed, black, kind of a square kind of design. It's about this tall, so it's not the shortest and it's not the most inconspicuous node out there, but it looks good. It's black for the most part. Then the top, it's got this acrylic square glass to it. It looks kind of like a prism. Inside of that, that's where you see the antennas at, and then you have this Asus logo with a little bit of design that lights up a bit, but it's not overkill. It's not RGB. It's not going to be ROG territory or anything else like that. It's just more subtle but classy. Lights are out, you see the glass box kind of glow a little bit, but that's it. Really, really nicely done. One of the more beautiful Wi-Fi systems I've seen on the market, probably in the top 3 in terms of looks, in my personal opinion, is this XT12. It looks the business. But it's stacked, man. It is completely stacked with all the ports that you want on this. So as I mentioned before, you want to plug this to a variety of different products, you can do that. It is a mesh system where you can connect to other Asus routers as well, as long as they're compatible. But because this is a 5G 1 and 5G 2, it is an 802.11ax system, AC system, and all the legacy bands are in there as well. So you are covered for a variety of different products. And also the distance, because they're claiming 6,000 square feet coverage for 2 nodes. That's pretty impressive, because in my home here, I use the TP-Link Deco X60. Great router system, especially for the price. One of the best bang for your dollars you're gonna get out there. But I need about 3 nodes to cover me from the various different rooms and to have that coverage that I want, but I do lose a little bit of speed because of those nodes. With this, 2 nodes covers my entire home with no issues at all. I probably could get away with 1, but it would be a little bit challenging in some of the farther rooms in my apartment. But outside of that, I think 2 is the safe spot, and it's just tremendous. It's fantastic. This video is brought to you by Secretlab. Here at Geek Culture, we love our Secretlab chairs, especially the all-new 2022 Titan Evo with its revamped 4-way lumbar system for enhanced back support. If PU Leather 2.0 isn't your cup of tea, then consider the all-new Soft Weave, even more soft and breathable than before. The chair comes in more colors, including this lovely frost blue. The Titan Evo is even magnetized, allowing the head pillow to stick on the headrest without straps. Of course, there are even more new features, so do check them out at secretlab.co. No dropped signals whatsoever, and it's easy to connect. That's the thing about these things. A lot of people get into Wi-Fi 6 systems, and they're thinking, okay, Wi-Fi 6, I'm gonna get the speed, all this kind of stuff, but is it gonna be so hard to connect to? If you don't have a mesh Wi-Fi system in the past few years, you probably are scared of connecting these things up. You don't. You use an app, you download the Asus app, and you're up and running in 7 minutes. You are up and running in 7 minutes. It is that easy. Super quick. Asus has made it easy. Now, you can get to some more of those technical settings inside of there. You can separate all the bands if you want. You can have a 2.4 band that's dedicated, a 5G.1 band that's dedicated, or a 5G.2 band that's dedicated. You can rename them, different passcodes. You can do all those settings. You can do all that to your liking, right? It's all there. Or you can just dummy-proof the whole damn thing and just let it go auto, and it will just depict what band it thinks is best for you. So you don't have a choice between 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. Now, the reason I separate mine personally is I want the fastest speeds. And a lot of times, even though our smartphones, our tablets, our PCs, our laptops, most of the new products are 5G compatible and they run the best on 5G, sometimes they will go to 2.4 if you set it down to automatic mode. So I tend to kind of, be more manual in that regard. But once you have it set up, no issues at all. But one thing to take note of, if you have any legacy products, let's say Wi-Fi lighting systems that are older, a couple years old, maybe inexpensive, they're probably running on the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth, so it's something to keep in mind. And if you're trying to sync those up to your Wi-Fi system and you can't do it, you're going to have to separate those bands anyway. So that's something that's in the instruction manuals for these lights. So a little tip or trick right there for you as well. Okay, what else to talk about in terms of the system? In terms of the speeds, speeds are interesting because speeds are never what they put on the box. Never. 11,000 Mbps. That's like 10 Gbps. I mean, I don't work on the Starship Enterprise. I don't have speeds like that. We'll never see them probably in the next couple of years. Who knows? But I have 1 Gbps. So what are my speeds like? Realistically, if I'm right next to the main node, which is next to my modem, I'm around 7 to 750 Mbps in terms of speed, right next to it. Now, here's the thing with mesh systems. Whenever you put a node to it, the second node or the third node, et cetera, expect your speeds to drop anywhere from 40 to 50%. Yes, 40 to 50%. This one, I dropped about 25 to 30%. So I went from 700 to about 450, almost 500 on the second node, which is impressive for me. Very impressive. My user experience for the past couple weeks has been good. No drop signals. All my devices, we'll say most of my devices connect. Most of them do. I found that 5G.1 is better than 5G.2 for the devices I have. And these are all the latest iPhones, MacBook Pros, iPads, other products in that nature. They all work better on 5G.1. I don't know, maybe 5G.2 is more future-proofed and products aren't developed for it yet. But as it stands right now, if you do get this, try 5G.1 as your de facto, and I think you'll be very happy with the speeds you get out of it. As I mentioned, not all my products connect to this Wi-Fi system that good. Why? Interesting. As I mentioned, some of these Wi-Fi lighting systems, case in point, I have the TeraVault display cabinet behind me, right? And these are actually lights that connect to Wi-Fi systems. So I connect it through an app on my phone and I can change the color. You've probably seen various different colors here on the channel: red, blue, yellow, orange, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it won't connect. I've tried everything. I've tried dedicating the 2.4 gigahertz band. I've tried turning off the firewall. I've tried changing the security on this Wi-Fi system. And the end result is that what this one needs, it wants WPA2 PSK or something like that, which there's no PSK option in this. And it also wants it to be, you don't want N turned on. You can have N turned on. You want AC, but you can't have N. There's no option for that in this system because this is a very modern system. So I basically cannot connect to this router with my lighting system. So if you are one of these people that have some of these wireless Wi-Fi lighting systems in your home and they're inexpensive, 20, 30, 40 bucks, connect to your Wi-Fi, your old legacy router, double check before you fully invest into this if it will connect to this Wi-Fi router, because I think this is so new that you can't set all the settings you want inside of it to be like a router that came out 2-3 years ago that would work with these lighting systems. So outside of that though, I really enjoy the performance of this. As I mentioned, great. No dropped signal out of it. Great coverage. 2 nodes covers my entire home. Very easy to set up. Speeds are good for what I need. I wish it was faster, but it is what it is. I mean, that course, it comes with faster, speeds for my internet providers, but 1 Gbps is kind of the norm right now for fiber optics. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. So would I invest in this? And I would say it depends on your needs. Honestly, if you need the range and you don't want to have a lot of nodes in your home, then this is an option. If you need that Wi-Fi 6 capabilities for having multiple devices connected to your Wi-Fi system without dragging it down, and that's essentially what Wi-Fi 6 does, and you want good performance. So if you have, let's say, a NAS storage drive system in your home, Synology, whatever it may be, if you're a hardcore gamer, you want to do some hardcore media uploading and files, and you want a direct connection to your router, you can do that as well with this, and you have the options for faster speeds. This is an option to look into. But if you are just on a budget and you're like, look, I just browse the web once in a while, I watch a little bit of Netflix, I don't care about, all these things, I don't need the top speeds, I just need good connection, then you could probably save some money and go for another option. Asus has a lot of other options, but it's with the other brands as well. So This is not going to be for everybody, but it's going to be for the ones that want the best of the best and you want that top of the line from ASUS or from any router manufacturer. I think this is probably going to be one of the top 3 on the list thus far for 2022. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this XT12 system. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you looking to pick up? Are you going to say, nah, I'll pass and wait for something else? Love to hear from you guys. With that, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, like this video, helps us out a lot. Take care, stay safe, and I'll chat to you soon.